Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. On this channel, we share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comment section of this video. New Zealand used to feel like the perfect backup plan for the world, far away, peaceful, stable, untouched by conflict and protected by geography. But in 2026, the conversation around freedom, migration, passports, and long term security is changing fast. Families, entrepreneurs, investors, and skilled migrants are no longer looking at immigration as just a way to move countries. They are looking at it as survival optionality and future proofing for their children. Because the world is becoming more unpredictable every year, wars are spreading, geopolitical tensions are rising, economies are under pressure, taxes are increasing, and governments everywhere are becoming more aggressive toward their own citizens through regulation, surveillance, and financial control. And that is why New Zealand is suddenly becoming one of the most strategically important immigration destinations in the world, not because it has the strongest passport on earth, not because it has the biggest economy, not because it offers the highest salaries, but because it offers something increasingly rare: distant stability, lifestyle, food, security, political neutrality, clean environment, and a future that still feels livable. That is why more families from the United States, Canada, the UK, Europe, South Africa, India, China, and the Middle East are quietly looking at New Zealand as their long term plan B, and for some people, plan C and plan D, because the reality is your passport alone no longer protects you. The old idea that a powerful Western passport automatically guarantees freedom, opportunity, and safety is breaking apart. People with so called top tier passports are facing rising taxes, banking restrictions, inflation, political division, and increasing uncertainty. Meanwhile, countries like New Zealand are becoming strategic safe zones for globally mobile people who want flexibility before the next crisis arrives. And here is what makes New Zealand different. It is geographically isolated from most global flashpoints. It has strong institutions. It has relatively low population pressure. It has access to agriculture, fresh water, and renewable energy. And it still offers immigration pathways for people who can contribute skills, capital, business investment, or long term economic value that matters enormously in the coming decade. Because as more countries tighten borders and make immigration harder, the countries that still allow skilled migrants, investors, and entrepreneurs to enter will become even more valuable. And New Zealand already has signs of that shift happening. Skilled migration pathways are changing, residence requirements are becoming stricter, English language expectations are increasing, investment thresholds are evolving, and competition for residency is quietly increasing every year. The people who move early usually get the best options. That has always been true with immigration. People laughed at Singapore decades ago. People ignored Dubai years ago. People underestimated countries like Portugal, Uruguay, and the UAE before they exploded in popularity. And now, more globally aware families are starting to realize New Zealand may become one of the most desirable strategic residencies in the world over the next generation, especially for people who value quality of life over pure financial maximization. Because let us be honest, there are countries where you can make more money, countries with lower taxes, countries with bigger business opportunities, but very few countries combine lifestyle stability, English speaking infrastructure, rule of law, nature, and long term security the way New Zealand does. And that becomes extremely important when you have children, because immigration stops being about yourself. Once you become a parent, Now it becomes about giving your children future mobility, education options, clean living environments, and protection against geopolitical instability. That is why residency in New Zealand is not just an immigration decision anymore. It is a strategic family asset, and one of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting too long. They think they will move later, apply later, get residency later, diversify later, but history shows that immigration windows eventually narrow, requirements increase, costs rise, governments change, policies tighten, and suddenly the easy pathway no longer exists. Look at citizenship by investment programs around the world. Many doubled or tripled in price. Some added interviews, some added physical stay requirements. Some became politically controversial. Immigration works the same way. The best time to create optionality is before you urgently need it. That does not mean everyone should suddenly pack their bags and move tomorrow. But it does mean smart people are building flexibility now. Maybe that means securing New Zealand residency. Maybe that means studying pathways. Maybe that means investor migration. Maybe that means skilled migration. Maybe that means setting up a business. Maybe that means buying property and spending time understanding what life actually looks like here. Because optionality only works if you are emotionally and practically prepared to use it. And that is where New Zealand stands out. For many migrants, this is not just a tax play, not just a passport play, not just a lifestyle play. It is psychological security, knowing there is a stable English speaking country at the edge of the world where your family can live peacefully. If the world becomes more chaotic, and that idea is becoming more valuable every single year, the next decade will reward people who diversified early, not only financially, but geographically, legally, and personally. And that is why immigration to New Zealand is no longer just about migration. It is about freedom, resilience, optionality, and building a future before the rest of the world realizes how important that future may become. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe because we will continue covering every major immigration, visa, residency, and citizenship update affecting migrants in New Zealand and around the world as new information is officially released, so you can make informed decisions without falling into common traps, and we can assist you to simplify the entire complexity of the process and guide you from start to finish with peace of mind and an hassle-free way. No worries. Do get in touch with us now on our WhatsApp mobile number +642217860007, also provided in the comment section of this video. And we will get in touch with you as soon as possible. Your journey deserves the right start, and it starts with the right consultation. And now you have it. Thank you for watching.